Since I'm back home now from Japan, I want to make a video updating you guys on everything. There's like a million things going on with all the cars, with BMX, and I want to start with something really exciting. All right, so after a year in the making, I finally have my own LZ turbocharger. James and I had like a meeting and we were talking about like new ideas for products back in May of last year. And one of the ideas was a turbocharger. There's a company that makes emoji power banks and we thought it would be cool to make one that's actually like a turbocharger. So we did it after a year of like playing with different molds.
Getting the design just perfectly dialed and getting it exactly where we want it to be.
This is James, by the way. He's the store manager, in case you guys don't already know that. We did it and we have them and they work. We even got our own like custom packaging for it. So it comes with a little like cord to charge it, and then it has a USB port so you can plug like whatever phone cable you need in it, and then the port so you can actually charge it. They are 2600 mAh. Is that how you say it? Do you say mAh or is it MAH?
So
I don't know.
Apparently online, like there's a whole argument about how you're supposed to say it. Apparently you're just supposed to say MAH, but it makes more sense to say mAh.
The biggest battery we could fit in this was 2600, and then that allows it to be small enough where you can still fit it in a pocket, but big enough where it'll actually like charge a phone. So if all goes as planned, these should be available on my website, and I'll have the link and info in the description. We have 3 right here, and we're gonna give them away, but I wanna talk about something else before I talk about the giveaway. I'm pretty sure we've talked briefly about me wanting to rebrand and drop the BMX. And I think the time has come because I'm gonna quit BMX. All the wood from the skate park in the backyard, we are going to sell, and we're going to build a drift track back here.
for the crazy cars.
Yeah, not even for real cars, because that wouldn't work. I'm just messing with you guys. Of course I'm not quitting, so stop saying that. Not joking though about the rebranding thing. We've talked about it before, and there's a lot of support that I've gained in like the car community, and I can see why people kind of get weird vibes about wearing like a LZ BMX shirt if they don't really have any interest in BMX or anything. And I don't want to exclude anyone. I don't want to exclude the BMX people, and that's why I've kept it LZ BMX, but I don't want to exclude all the new support that I've gotten. So to do that, we want to like rebrand with something that's more like of an overarching thing. And I know I brought it up and kind of like asked you guys for some ideas, and the 4 kind of that we're at right now are LZ MFG, LZ Co, LZ Supply, and LZ Brand.
So let's start with LZ Brand.
Lame. I don't like it.
Lame. Sounds awful. Just doesn't work. No offense to people with the brand out there. It just doesn't work with LZ.
Yeah, we don't want to be a brand. We want to be more like a conglomerate. That'd be a sweet name.
LZ Conglomerate.
And for sure, it could be LZ Congo.
Imagine people trying to type that web address in. Like,
oh, that'd be terrible.
Conglomerate.com.
That'd be funny. We should actually do that.
Let's buy it real quick.
LZ Co was initially my favorite, but I think it just kind of sounds phonetically weird. LZco.
LZco. It kind of reminds me of like the Zika virus.
I didn't even think about that. That would have been terrible. There's LZ Supply, which is like kind of cool, but I feel like it reminds me of Diamond, their supply code.
Diamond
right?
Supply code.
Yeah.
Like
the one that we're leaning towards the most right now is LZ MFG, but I want your guys' input on this. I've built this brand with all your help, and the last thing I want to do is like make you guys feel like you were excluded on the decision. So if you like LZ MFG, please let me know. The idea behind MFG, obviously it stands for manufacturing. We make a lot of different stuff now, whether it be like t-shirts, steering wheels,
turbochargers.
Yeah. And that's kind of like the plan, is to keep making clothing, but also like kind of branch into other random little cool ideas like turbochargers. And by all means though, if you have like another cool idea for like some sort of suffix I can put after LZ, because I want to keep the LZ obviously, please let me know. But that is something that's going to be happening very, very soon.
Very, very soon.
I still want to have BMX designs, I still want to have like car themed designs, and I want to have like neutral designs. I just want to have it all under one roof. So
when you add BMX to the end of it, it kind of contains us to one thing,
yeah,
as opposed to being open to everything.
I just want to see the world. All right, so for the giveaway, very basic. I think I'm just gonna pick 3 comments that I like. Not necessarily the funniest, not necessarily the top comments,
just
but
a comment. Just leave a comment. And
some of you guys have like really good comments sometimes. Sometimes they'll be like really nice ones that I really like, and then other times they'll be absolutely hilarious. Sometimes they'll be a top comment and it'll be something ironic and funny. Just go for it. Win. I'm gonna pick a winner within like the first 24 hours, and then I'll literally just reply to your comment and then probably try to message you on YouTube if I can. Look out for that. But now, after quite some time of not riding, my bodily
fluids are
ready. Shut up, my bodily fluids are not ready. But for once, I haven't been abusing my body like non-stop, so I actually feel I'm in very physical, like decent condition right now. Where like normally, there's always something like really hurting. So it might be really good that I took a break, because now I'm like really excited to ride, because it's been a while. And thank you guys for understanding why I obviously wasn't riding in Japan, where I didn't have my bike. And thank you for those of you who didn't understand and assumed that I was quitting, because you're right, I'm quitting.
I'm quitting.
And I know there's gonna be one of those BMX websites that's gonna sound clip me saying I quit BMX and make a video about me quitting BMX. And to that I say, I quit.
Just one more time for you.
Yeah.
And then a loud applause.
Maybe I should do it in like different octaves so they have more to use.
Yeah.
If they want to make a song out of it, like an auto tune. I really don't like riding by myself, so Nicole came out and did yoga while I rode, which was really fun. So for the car update, I think I'm gonna start with the Miata since that's the car that's had the least attention recently. You've probably noticed it's been sitting for quite some time. It's mainly because of the starter issue, which I haven't had time to really sort out. I think it's an issue in the wiring. At first I thought it was a starter, but it just keeps on melting the little ignition thing, so it's not an easy fix. And then after that, the battery died for some reason, probably wiring again, so it sat for a while, but I just put another battery in it so Nicole can drive it again. There'll be a little bit of smoke occasionally. I think the valve seals are going, but it's so minimal right now that it's not a big deal, and I don't think it needs a rebuild as badly as I initially thought. I want to get rid of the Miata, but Nicole wants to keep it. The purpose of the car originally was just for her to learn how to drive stick on and be comfortable, since it's like a really cheap, easy car. But now that she has the 240, does she still need it? She likes a convertible. I don't know. We'll just see what happens with it. For future plans, the only thing I could really see with us doing more to the Miata would be possibly a turbo kit, but there's so many other projects that we have going on right now that that one's not really a priority, so I don't know if it's definitely gonna happen. The Mini has been good. The only issues that it really has at the moment is a slight kind of shakiness when it accelerates. From what I understand, when you lower them, it puts the axles at kind of like a different weird angle. I guess it just causes them to vibrate a little bit, and there's no real solution at the moment for this car other than to raise the front end back up more, which Nicole doesn't want. So you just kind of put up with a little bit of vibration. It's really not that bad. The car could also use a dyno tune. It kind of like surges a little bit when you're at like half throttle, kind of like it's just tuned for wide open throttle. So that's on the list for that. BMW's been good. It's still got that little bit of knocking up front. I'm pretty sure new sway bar end links would solve the problem, just haven't gotten around to it. Still has that like weird ABS light thing too, but I don't really mind driving around without ABS and traction control. I'm just lazy when it comes to the dailies because I'm so focused on the race cars. The garage is good. I've got to start parting out Nicole's old SR. Part outs are just really annoying. I hate dealing with Craigslist people, and it's a lot of work for a little bit of money. I've got some cleaning up to do. Really the only things left for the actual garage project is another row of lighting that's gonna go here. It's already all wired, we just have to put them in. The trim for the attic door and painting the attic door. Some wiring for the speakers, and that's about it. All right, so let's get on to Nicole's car now. The engine's been running really good. While we were away, I just had Alberto tuck the wiring, like the main harness, like kind of in between the fender and the chassis, just because it was rubbing a little bit and I didn't want the wires coming exposed and then it shorting out or something. So he took care of that, and then we wired up the electronic boost control a little bit, so now it's up like 2 PSI to somewhere around 14. Any more than like 14.5 PSI, 1 bar on the stock turbo on these will blow up the ceramic blade, so we can't really crank it up. There is a mod where it like replaces it with a billet wheel and then you can go a little bit higher. Might do it, who knows. So cooling wise, the reason why this thing overheated at the track is I have really tiny electric fans in back here and no shroud because it's so close to the pulleys on the 1J, since it's longer than like an SR or a KA, that you can't really fit much, so there's not a lot of cooling, especially since we're trying to keep AC and there's this giant condenser blocking all the airflow. So the current plan right now is to get the Chase Bay's tucked radiator. It's basically a tad bit smaller than this, and what it does is it allows you to put it underneath the support right here, so it gives you all this extra room for a shroud and bigger fans, and instead of having the fill neck here, there's like an external mount for it. And it's also a dual pass, so having the inlet and outlet on the both side allows it to travel through the radiator instead of it just kind of like going down and straight through and having all the hot stuff over here and all the cold stuff over here. Engine wise, that's pretty much it, other than me wanting to do the Honda hood mod where you just like grind a little piece back here and can pop the hood all the way up like I have on my 240. It just makes it look nicer and it makes it easier to get to the engine. Parts for Nicole's car are starting to stack up, but I'm gonna wait to show you those in a little bit because I'm actually going to Nicole's parents' house because they're gonna do like a birthday dinner for me since I was away in Japan, which is sick. Now my 240, as you can tell, is not here. I'm gonna be picking it up from paint on Friday. Really excited to see the car. I'm really excited to show you guys the car. And then immediately there's a couple things that I wanna do on it, but I'm gonna save that for a video. And then I wanna go drift because I'm really excited to see how my 240 feels when I've been drifting a big boat 1JZ Cresta over in Japan. I think it's gonna be fun, and I think I'm gonna use the handbrake less because I kinda taught myself not to there since they never really work. That'll be fun. It's gonna have fresh body, fresh paint. Oh, it's gonna be so pretty and I can't wait to mess it up. Nothing really new on the interior yet. So Nicole, how have you been liking the 240 now?
I love Gabby.
How would you compare it to the SR?
So much better, dude. I feel so bad for you.
Why?
My car is so much better.
Jerk.
It really is. You know it though. It's not a jerk when I'm pointing out the facts.
I mean, my car makes more power still, so.
Doesn't matter, my car. Why do you choose to drive my car over yours?
Because I don't have my car right now.
But even when you did, you still chose it.
That was before you had a 1J. I'm back home now, and I want to show you guys a couple of the parts that are stacking up for Nicole's car that I'm really excited about. I got Cts-V brakes for her car. They're actually 4-piston Brembos that are really, really cheap, brand new. They look awesome, they feel great, and they're super easy to put on 240s. I love how they feel on my car. I think we're gonna probably get them powder coated gold. I'm just waiting to put them on until I get over fenders for her car, because you need spacers, otherwise the wheels will hit the calipers. From the day that we got the car, we knew we were gonna switch it to pop-up lights. There's no hope for the Sylvia front end, but we are gonna hold on to it in case for some reason we ever wanna use it for another car or whatever, because they're kinda hard to come by. I think I gave you guys a little brief preview of this already, but for her front end swap, I got her a carbon fiber hood. I don't know how the carbon fiber is gonna look with the purple. It might look cool, but if it doesn't for some reason, we can always just paint it purple. But when we get the front end painted purple, I'm gonna have like a coat of clear put on the carbon fiber. Always a good idea with anything carbon fiber to preserve it, especially in the Florida sun. What I am most excited about though, an internet friend of mine, Robert Snyder, who's got a beautiful Type X hatch, has been trying to help me find an OEM Type X lip for the Type X front that we want to do on Nicole's car. I'm really busy, so he like bid on the auction for me and then I just paid him and we got one. It's an OEM Type X bumper. It came with the lights, but the best thing about this bumper is this OEM lip, because instead of being fiberglass that just gets destroyed, it's actually like the OEM plastic. It needs a little repair here, but other than that, it's in great shape, and it comes with all the brackets, which is awesome. Side extension brackets are hard to find. It has like the corner reinforcements so it doesn't sag. It's got the bracket here, and it even has the factory like foam bumper thing. Huge thank you to Robert. Go follow him on Instagram and like photos of his beautiful car. If you can't tell, Nicole's build, I'm kind of like living vicariously by creating another awesome street car, since my car is slowly turning into more of a race car. Because 240s are fun when you can drive them around town, and they're fun as race cars, but it's not the most fun always driving a race car around town when you have like a cage, solid engine and tranny mounts, and no AC. So her car has been really fun. I know you guys really want a 2J update, but there is so much to talk about with, so I'm gonna wait to do that as a separate video. There's also some stuff that I gotta figure out. Just as a quick reminder, these turbochargers will be on my website now, so please go check them out. Huge thank you to my friend Matt. You guys might remember the guy that drives the blue BRZ. He actually designed this for me in like SolidWorks. He's like an engineer and he did an awesome job. We had like a lot of issues trying to make it so it would work with the mold. And to James Harvey too, because these would not be here if it was not for him. I'm pumped. Thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you tomorrow.
My outros aren't good enough for you anymore.